Want to create a new user in Treasury Connect? No problem. First, select User Maintenance from the Administration and Settings menu. Then click the new Add User button. You'll see 4 steps you'll need to complete to successfully create the user. These steps are: define the user, set permissions, assign accounts, and apply approval limits. Let's get started with the first step. Define the user. Fill out all the required information about the new user. Next, in the password section, enter a new password and re-enter it to confirm. Please make note of the user's new company ID, user ID, and password, as this information will not be emailed to them. Scroll down to the Copy an existing user's permissions section. You can select permissions individually, or to fast-track the process, you can copy an existing user's permissions. This way you don't have to re-enter the user details. Select Continue. You will be taken to the Permissions step. Verify all other permissions and settings and make edits if necessary. Note that if you click Add User, you are copying an existing user's permissions to the next user. Step 2 of creating a new user is to set permissions. If you did not copy an existing user's permissions, but instead want to set them up manually, continue through Step 2. You'll start by selecting Payments. From here, you'll click on Select Payment Types. Now you're able to assign payment types like wires, transfers, ACH, and loans. If you want to choose all payment options, choose the first Select All on the page. If you want to choose all payment types in a group, click Select All beneath the desired payment group. Now click on the Assign Payment Permissions menu. From here, you can assign permissions for the payment types you've just set. Return to the top of the page and select Reporting. Here, you can assign permissions to user admin reports, balance, and transactions, and more. Return to the top of the page again and select Risk Management. Under this tab, you can assign permissions to fraud prevention services like Positive Pay, check services, and more. Return to the top of the page again and select Administration. Within this tab, you can assign permissions to General Admission, User Administration, and more. Okay, we're on the last page of Set Permissions. Navigate to the top of the page and select Alerts. Here, you'll assign permissions to various alerts that users can set up and then manage. You're done with Step 2. Click Continue to go to Step 3, Assign Accounts. Step 3 of creating a new user is Assign Accounts. In this section, you'll set permissions for bank accounts, ACH originators, and legacy reports. Let's begin with bank accounts. Go ahead and select the services the user can have access to. To select services individually, you'll click on the service next to the desired account. You can also click on the header of a group, like payments for example, and allow all available permissions to be applied. Or to take care of things quickly, you can select Apply All to current and future accounts to assign all services to all accounts and accounts that'll be added in the future. Navigate back to the top and select ACH originators. Again, select the service desired for each account. Or you may use the checkbox next to Payments to apply to all. Finally, navigate to Legacy Reports and select the desired checkboxes as you did in the previous steps. Click Continue. Step 4 of creating a new user is Apply Approval Limits. You'll see 2 tabs: Overall Approval Limits and Account Approval Limits. Select Overall Approval Limits. To administer overall approval limits, you'll need to enter the maximum dollar amount for each payment type, as well as the transaction limit and daily limit. You can enter limits individually for each of the wire types. Or you can also go to Quickly Apply Limits, enter the limits, and then select Apply. The limits should now be applied to all wire types. You will need to click on each tab to assign limits to each section. If fields are left blank, no limit will be applied. To administer account approval limits, you can assign maximum dollar limits for a specific account to which the user can access. You will need to enter the maximum dollar amount allowed for each payment type, as well as the transaction limit and daily limit. Once you've finished applying approval limits, click Add User. Please note that if the added user is in entered status, you'll need another user to approve them. To approve a user, go to the Administration and Settings menu and select User Maintenance. Scroll through your list of users to locate those in entered status. From the Actions drop-down menu, select Approve.